What's going on, guys? We have a data download video. I know I'm a little bit late, just a tad bit, but of course things happen, and Dokkan loves to drop stuff when I am doing stuff on holiday. So this data download is pretty huge for me because it has free-to-play units, which is World Tournament EZAs and Awakenings. If you know these characters, you know what's up. And now we have LR Cell Max in the data download as well, which we've already covered the details. I'll quickly run down through the Awakenings here, just so you know what medals to awaken as well, but nothing into much detail here. So in order to get from the SSR to the TUR, we need Beast Gohan, I think, medals, the physical ultimate Gohan medals, as well as the Orange Piccolo medals to the UR state. And then to the UR state, we need the actual Beast Gohan medals, the Gamma 1 and 2 medals, and then we can get into the LR status. I've been seeing some really good stuff about Cell Max, so I'm super excited to show him off eventually. I probably have to do one last video. Actually, I might have to do the showcases, everything on the go, so it'll be interesting to say at the very least. He's dropping in 20 hours, less than 24 hours when this video is released. Just normal JP time, I guess. Usually, and that is pretty much it. And then we have the World Tournament EZAs, which we will cover all of the details here, so it's going to be a nice long video here. And the World Tournament starts on the 21st of June, so I'll be doing the World Tournament on holiday. Nothing can get better than that, I guess. I really like this patch. I'm super excited to see what Vegito is. We've gotten a massive Majin Buu Saga buff. He can be like a stable first slot unit, or even a second slot unit. That can link decently well with the STR Vegito, that ECA, then we could be cooking really well for free-to-play, just like in general free-to-play. Chi-Chi could be interesting. Tien has the multiple super attack chances, so hopefully he is done well. Gohan, I was excited maybe a few months back, but Andro Cell Saga is a bit tough. And then these two girls I'm super excited for. They infinitely stack already in the SSR form, so hopefully they can just do that times 10 really, and get some damage output as well. So let's jump into it. There's other stuff in this data download as well, which we will cover, but yeah, let's get into it. So we will start off with Tien Shinhan here. With his EZAs and in-type lead of 3 key 100%. I am loving that. It's a great int leader that we need. Because Int has been lacking, and for Ultimate Clash at least, so him being a 100% leader can actually help tremendously. And then he raises attack and defense by 50% for 9 turns. I think that has been upgraded. Maybe it was just like a raise attack for 9 turns, so 30% buff, but now it is a greatly raised attack and defense for 9 turns. Very long amount of stacking, which is always good. Always perform 2 additional attacks with a very high chance of doing a super attack. Good stuff. Then when you attack 4 more times during battle, an additional super attack will be activated. That's awesome. So another guaranteed additional super attack will be coming along as well. When there's an enemy in the it's the Total School category, an additional super attack is activated, and the attack of the attacked enemy is reduced by 22 times. There's some enemies like that, but yeah, it's nothing too major. You just get additional super attack, so the potential is there, but increases your attack and defense 40% for each ally in the youth category on your team. Wow, that's very interesting. This could be a mistranslation, because I'm pretty sure the pre-EZA, let me have a look. Yeah, it's the DB Saga here. So DB Saga, he is definitely locked in DB Saga still. But DB Saga is a really, really good team, so I'm not mad at that. I just wish he had some extra start of turn attack and defense where he can be ran on like an Earthling team or whatever, instead of even a World Tournament team, but he's really just stuck on DB Saga. But still, I think he's actually going to pretty much cook, especially with the 50% increase in the attack and defense on Super. Just need to make sure we get as many DB Saga category units on team. Next up is the Vegito, and he is, just like Tien, an AGL leader for 3 key 100%. Increases allies' attack by 30%, increases his own attack for 1 turn. No raised defense, sadly. He gets some nice attack bonus, but yeah, we'll see what else he's cooking with. Increases your own attack defense by 150%. When in first slot, an additional 2 key and attack defense 150%, and very high chance of dodging enemies' attacks. I'm pretty sure this will activate before he attacks as well, and if that's the case, then we're looking like there's something here. Whenever there's an enemy from the Majin Buu Saga category, an additional super attack will be activated. Interesting. And it increases attack defense by 30% for all superclass allies, and increases attack defense of an additional 3% for each Majin Buu Saga category on the team. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. 3% is quite low. I think this is a support, right? So a Super Majin Buu Saga support for almost 50%, or just pretty much 50%. I think that's pretty good. Attack increase 50% when attacking. No defense though. Each attack increases defense by an additional 20% up to 100%. Alright, that's nice. And performs an additional attack that has a high chance of doing a. So okay, he can do the multiple super attacks. I wish your super attack was to raise defense as well, but get multiple, you're actually increasing allies' attacks as well. So we can actually get some really big damage with this guy. But as long as this is potentially activated before his attack, because I know he's pre-EZA, it wasn't. That's the big factor. I can deal with the chance of dodging if we just max out his dodge and give him the rest critical, I think. Next is the Gohan from the Android Cell Saga. He's an in-type leader for 3k 100%. Great stuff right there. Maybe he's literally going to be a better option for Ultimate Clash than Tien after reading Tien's abilities. Increases attack and defense by 50% for 6 turns. Awesome stuff. Increases own ki by 3 and attack and defense 100%. When super attack is activated, attack defense 100%. Increases attack by 100% for 3 turns after receiving an attack. All allies in Android Cell Saga gain 2 ki, 30% attack and defense. An additional 3 ki attack defense increase each superclass ally on the. It's interesting that they are doing this sort of support here. And I'm not mad at it at all, really. It is actually not too bad. Like, linking as good support behind like a category and a super typing or extreme class, it's actually a really nice idea. Although we do prefer like just a defensive option over the support guard or damage reduction. When there are 2 or less enemies, the chance of critical hit is increased by 58%. That's great. When there are 3 or more enemies, the enemy's super attack will be sealed for 2 turns. Guard against all attacks when there's an ally in the bond of the Master and Disciple category. That's awesome. That's really good. Not a first slot unit, I don't think, because he relies on the stack here, and then the super attack is his attack defense. Like a support with guard, it's actually looking really, really good. We just gotta hope that. I mean, bottom Master side was actually really good. Android Cell Saga is what I'm more worried about. Next unit we cover will be the physical Chi-Chi here. When she first arrived on Dokkan, I really actually liked using her as a unit. Let's see if she can get some more love this time around. Physical type 3k 100% up. Attack increases for 1 turn. High chance of stunning. Yeah, it's alright, cool. Attack defense 150%, reduces the attack and defense of the attacked enemy by 22% for 3 turns. Medium chance of dodging enemies' attacks when HP is over 50%. Own ki 3, attack defense 150%. When below 49%, attack is increased by 50%, and the dodge chance is increased by 40%. When a character is Son Goku, either participating in an attack or as an enemy, the attack is effective against all types, and there's a high chance of a super attack being activated. Always perform 2 additional attacks. Okay, pretty cool. No chances to super there, but 2 additional attacks that could proc another super attack. Increases defense by 150% when attacking. Every time you attack 5 or more times in battle, additional super attack will be activated maximum 1 time per turn, which goes to show that she can get more than 5 plus super attacks, pretty much, right? I'm not too sure actually, but yeah, more than 5 attacks per turn is possible here, which is crazy. So they had to limit that there. And that is actually, I mean, it's not amazing. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, it is definitely. Oh, we'll see. I'm concerned about the HP restriction at the very least. And finally, for the juicy part, the Caulifla first off, and then we'll do the Kale Super In Type 3 Key 90% leader. increases attack and defense infinitely and lowers attack. Okay, so they didn't increase the amount of attack and defense she raises, but she now lowers attack. Increase their own attack and defense 100% for each Universe 6 category on the team. Attack and defense is 10%, and the chance of critical hit is increased by 6%. When there's a character KO in the same turn attacking, attack is increased by 160%. Very high chance of dodging as well. I think before it was a medium, and super attack is always activated, which is always great. From her previous form, each time you avoid an attack, your attack and defense will increase by an additional 20%. That's nice. You attack 6 or more times during battle, you will definitely perform an additional attack from that turn onwards, and there's a high chance of that to be a super attack. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So now she can potentially do quad super as well, which is pretty good. I don't mind the Universe 6 category restriction, because sometimes you could potentially want to just like slow down a little bit, stack really, really high, and then you don't really need the Universe 6. That's probably the main strat that I would use them for in the future. But yeah, it will be interesting what their stats can do and how much they stack per super attack. I'm going to assume here KO is going to be the same deal, but opposite with Caulifla as the restriction. We'll see. 160% attack and defense. I think that's a little bit higher. I have short-term memory. Attack and defense 40% increases for all allies in Universe 6. Okay, they are quite different actually, and one key. Attack and defense 20% increase for all pure Saiyan category allies on the team. When there's Caulifla in the name participating attack, defense is increased by an additional 160%, and high chance of guarding against all attacks, and super attack is guaranteed to act. Wait, KO is looking way better than Caulifla right now. When a super attack is activated, attack and defense is increased by an additional 60%. If you attack 6 or more times during battle, you will definitely perform an additional attack from that turn onwards, and there's a high chance. So Caulifla's got the dodge, but she's not reliant on Universe 6 at all, which is huge, and she's a better support, technically. 20% pure Saiyan category allies, and then yeah, the dodge is nice, but she's got a high chance of guarding, which is really good, especially for a defense stacker. Wait, she is looking way good. Way, way good. And the fact that there's not really that many competitive KOs other than the STR base form EZA one, I think this is actually looking like a really good free-to-play unit compared to like the many good Cauliflas. The GOAT Caulifla, pretty much. Way more useful, I guess, than the STR. So yeah, really good. Really, really good. The only thing is she lowers defense here instead of like attack, because way more important. But yeah, this is actually, I'm super excited to use both of them together. Yeah, the amount of impact that they can do for the 6 category, and even Pure Saiyans even, as well as super bosses, really. Alright, and then finally we will cover the missions that is in this data download. We have the 53rd World Tournament, so no new things have changed. The requirements are the same in order to get these specific missions here. Then we have the EX missions for the next sets, I guess, for this month here. They did 2 sets, which I wasn't a big fan of, because obviously I didn't even finish the first set until it was gone. But this is for the Cell Max Stage 1. So this will be very interesting to revisit this stage for sure. Completing it in 3 turns or less for Mission C, Rainbow. Mission A will be needing rainbows without using support items. So it's just like no like center beams, I guess. This one's Extreme and this one's Super. And then we have in total 5 turns or less using a full team of characters belonging to AGL typing, which is very very interesting. You know, of course, I think he's tech, right? So I mean, we might struggle quite a bit. And then with Mission E, we have a total of 6 turns with 4 more characters belonging in body, corrosion of body and mind as well. And then you will get the sticker. We have the second set of Super Dokkan missions, and yeah, I'm just going to scroll through here to get to the end. I don't think there's anything specifically too great. got the Weekend Dokkan Fest linked missions for more of the Goku Black tickets. They have been treating me terribly. I don't think I've pulled an SSR yet, so nothing crazy. The missions for the 18th of June is completing the IDBH stage 31, defeat Pan, first battle of stage 31. Very interesting. I think the IDBH is coming out tomorrow, so that's why. And I think it is the superhero movie of the Pan. Yeah. For the intensifying fights battle, for stage 4, we need to beat Ultra Instinct Goku in the third battle, so there'll be 3 phases. And we will also need to be having 6 characters in the super boss category. Get the extra 5 dragon stones, because you want that. Then we have a more legendary Freezer event stuff, which is Universe Survival Saga, Space Traveling Warriors, as well as Universe 6 on the 25th of June, so a little bit later. And then finally, we have the Extreme Super Battle Road, as well as Super Battle Road mission there. And then we have IDBH 31, which we will be needing 3 superhero category units, 3 super bosses category units, and 50 or less in order to get all done. And of course, complete the whole extra stage in order to get all of stage 31 missions done. And that is pretty much it for this data download. I think, let me know if you guys are excited for another JP World Tournament. It looks like Global is not really catching up to JP. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they should be on the same wavelength. Maybe there's plenty of time for Global to catch up, but it is kind of unfortunate. Is this batch better than the last batch? Other than the Awakenings for Cleveland and Kale, I don't think the EZAS just don't beat the last one. I mean, how can you beat the last one when the last one had High School Gohan, which is absolutely insane. But there's some strong contenders. I think none of them, maybe, I'm not sure. I have to try it out. But from the first looks, nothing is atrocious, which is great. Last set had Mr. Boo as well. Can't forget about that. Goddamn. That set was too good. But nothing is atrocious, which we've had previous sets where they were just kind of really atrocious. And these ones just look like average to maybe decent. Nothing doesn't look anything like that. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace.